nerds, welcome to Jared Bear Reacts. Today we're going to react to Zack Snyder's Avengers trailer style, where I think they're going to take the Avengers trailer and make it like a Zack Snyder's DC, the Justice League trailer style, I guess is what they're going with it. This was posted by Guga Lunum. Oh God, I know I probably butchered your name. I apologize for that. 46.1K subscribers, posted a year ago with 744,000 views, and the runtime is 2 minutes and 12 seconds. So if you want to watch their video uninterrupted, a link will be in the description box down below, as well as a link for the Patreon, the Twitch stream, and everything in between. Jerry will do his best work behind the scenes in just a few seconds. We went on a huge rant in yesterday's video, the tribute reaction, about the DC cinematic universe and how I want it to prosper and I want it to do well. If this is the Avengers style thing, we'll talk a little bit about Marvel at the end of this, and maybe go on another little rant about them as well, because I love them both, but they do have their flaws. Jerry's going to do his best work. Bing, bam, bop right there. And let's see how this looks. Damn, that's actually very crisp. Anybody else just get cleared? I got cold chills.
The screaming stopped. And the Avengers? They went home.
Who is that speaking right there? I remember like that dialogue, but I can't picture the person.
Wasn't a nightmare, was my legacy. The path I started us on.
To challenge them is to court death.
Oh, from the first Avengers with the OG Thanos, the dude that had regular human man hands. Yakum.
We are getting no team.
I saw all these people die.
You could not live with your own failure. Where did that bring you? Back to me.
Thanos piecing up Hulk is still so wild.
They should move on. The world is in our hands. We gotta do something with it.
Dude, the amount of cold chills I have right now is fucking absurd.
We owe this to everyone who's not in this room to try.
This is the fight of our lives. And we're gonna win.
We're gonna win, baby. Zack Snyder's The Avengers. I like the way that was so.
You're not the only one cursed with knowledge. Stark.
Fire, bro. Hey, that's fire right there, man. I like it. Any sort of, I love shit like this where people do trailers in different ways, shapes, and forms. I really, 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 really love stuff like this. And I think Guga, I think you did a phenomenal job with this. Chef's kiss, my friend. When it comes to Marvel, right? I think what made Marvel so good, the MCU that is. I've always liked the Marvel comic books, the ones that I've read. Obviously I haven't read all of them. The ones that I've read, the DC comics I've read, any comic book I've ever read, I've actually enjoyed. I haven't read one yet where I'm like, this fucking sucks. But like with Marvel, I love everything about it. The MCU was so much hype watching, and it took a while for that to hit their stride. That's the point I'm about to make here in a second. Is right now through phase 4, it doesn't feel like there's a stride. Like it feels weird, and the movies should be better, and the CGI looks like shit, and the shows have been either really good or mid. I haven't disliked any of the shows. People have been shitting all over Miss Marvel and She-Hulk. I enjoyed those shows. I don't think they were as good as Hawkeye, Moon Knight, Falcon and Winter Soldier, Loki, WandaVision, etc. If I missed one, What If even. I don't think it's that. It's just there's really no sense of what's going on. Which when you go back to phase 1 with Iron Man, and then Iron Man shows up in Incredible Hulk, and then you have Iron Man 2, and then we have Thor and Captain America, and at the end of Captain America, there's a trailer for the Avengers, and you're like, oh shit. And at the end of the Avengers, so like the hype is kind of there, and you watch the Avengers, and this is mind-blowing in 2012, and at the end of the Avengers, there's Thanos. And I wasn't really even sure who Thanos was at the time. And then I remember reading stuff and then reading Infinity War, and you're like, oh shit. And then there's pieces laid out about Infinity Stones, this, that, and the other. And turns out that Loki's staff was an Infinity Stone, and there's stones have been spread out and all these things. And there's one big looming threat coming at the end of Guardians of the Galaxy when Thanos puts his hand, I think that's what it was, when Thanos puts his hand, or it was in the Age of Ultron, when Thanos puts his hand into the Infinity Gauntlet and says, fine, I'll do it myself. And you know what's coming. Like, Thanos is the big threat. Like, he's the thing looming out there. You're not the only one cursed with knowledge, Stark, and they know each other. And it's such a jaw-dropping moment, and all of that, and the snap, and then bringing people back, and people being gone, and watching heroes die, and this culmination of 10 years of just every single movie you went into the theater, like, what are they going to do next? Like, this is incredible. There were so many banger after banger after banger, and of course there were lulls. I'm not a huge fan of Iron Man 3. I'm not a huge fan of the Captain Marvel movie. While I love Brie Larson as Captain Marvel, the movie itself, I don't think did what it needed to do for Captain Marvel. The Black Widow movie came too late. And there's a couple movies here and there that were just duds. Ant-Man and the Wasp, the second Ant-Man movie, I probably actually that is my least favorite movie. I left the movie theater like I didn't need to watch that other than the post-credit scene. But other than those few, everything else has just been really, really, really enjoyable for me personally. And I just love the whole story they built and the entire wrap-up, and it was just great. And Phase 4 is just kind of left, it's Shang-Chi, impeccable. Perfect movie. One of probably my top 5 Marvel movies. Spider-Man No Way Home, banger. But then you get into the rest of those movies, and like Love and Thunder wasn't what it should have been. And that's not it wasn't what you want it in your head canon. It's just like, no, like it's not what that story should have been. Like, where did it go? What did it do? We're in the multiversal saga. Love and Thunder, derived from the comics, is a multiversal movie. It's a multiversal story. That would have been beautiful to read on screen. I liked Love and Thunder to an extent. There's a lot that makes me mad about it. But then you have Multiverse of Madness, and while there is multiversal things in it, it seems like Multiverse of Madness could have been more chaotic, and you could have told the same story. I'm not begging for more cameos from big people. I'm not needing Tom Cruise as Iron Man. I'm just saying the story could have been overall a little better. It was a good movie, but it wasn't up to par from what we've been watching. And the CGI, the overworked graphics artist, everything just feels like, Like, why does it look like that? Why is there like PNGs flying around? Why does it look so choppy when I watched Thanos on screen and it's so like, that's a person? But I think all of that changes with Quantumanium. I think all of that changes with Quantumanium here in just like a week or so. So we'll see what happens. But this video, not to detract from this, not to go on too long-winded of a rant, Zack Snyder's Avengers, I think this is really well done. I love trailer stuff like this, stuff that's put in different people's trailer arcs. If you have stuff like this, there was a huge wave back in the day with Guardians of the Galaxy 2, and they would, Groot dancing, and they would do that to different sort of things or do different things to that. So if you have trailer things like this, recommend them. I would like to watch them. But on that note, I'm out. As always, links and everything will be in the description box down below. Playlist will be up on screen. Stay cute, stay hydrated, and I'll catch you on the next one.